At my age, I know I'm chopped, but that's why I rely on these younger shops to keep me tapped in. One of them is Komune here in the Lower East Side. It's got 5 founders, each bringing something special to the table, and it's a hotbed of young emerging designers that even I haven't heard of. The easiest way to describe this shop is a co-op or a farm. Let's go tap in with Martin, one of the 5 founders, and see what's in store. Hey, what's up, Martin? How are you?
Good.
Good to see you.
Good to see you. Welcome in.
Tell me a bit about the history of the shop.
We first started thinking about the shop in 2021 when OC and Totokalo closed. We were like, okay, maybe there's some space to actually do it. We were in college back then too, so we're like, okay, gotta figure out a way to actually have money to do it. So in 2023, after about a year of prep, we opened a month-long pop-up. At the time, we didn't really have too many expectations other than let's try it. And luckily enough, the pop-up went pretty well. And then we closed again for a year and essentially opened this permanent space after.
So you're not from New York, you're from Boston. Where were you shopping before New York? What was your relationship like with the unique shopping environment that the city offers?
I grew up in Beijing, moved to Boston when I was 13, and that was high school, and that was kind of like a total culture shock for me. It's so different now, but I think back then it was just like these like random menswear forums.
Were you on like Future Style forums?
The one I was on the most was probably MFA on Reddit. Weird place, but
like that's like third stage menswear internet culture, I feel.
Yeah. At the time, everyone was obsessed with like Supreme and Palace, and my friends and I would just like come to New York like Wednesday night, and then we'd just stay in the city and then just explore. I remember trying on a Bodhi shirt for the first time at OC and being like, what is this? Like, I've never seen this before. And sort of that experience was really important. Like the stores that carried the stuff that we hadn't seen before.
You're describing this very pre-algorithmic mindset, which is this idea of this pipeline of going from Supreme to like Boris Bajan to like Rick, and learning how to appreciate one thing informs your ability to really understand and know what makes this next thing good.
My friends and I have talked about this idea of like being in this sort of like in between, between the forums and TikTok, essentially. And I think for us, the biggest thing was actually YouTube. We'd watch the runways and like watch people break them down through YouTube and not necessarily read about it.
Right.
So it's like
Shasta Bliss Foster.
Yeah, like especially back before he wasn't controversial.
Right.
Like his videos, like and those like runway breakdowns was the nerd that we needed to sort of like get us excited about things.
So education as well.
Yeah, exactly.
All the hits.
Exactly. Like those, like that's why till this day, our media, even though like we don't do too much YouTube, we're always thinking about it because that's like the platform that really got us into it. But because we decided that we wanted to work with designers that were closer to our age, younger, independent, if there wasn't the media there if you come into store, you see Black Merle, you're like, holy shit, what is this? What's going on? We wanted to create the place where you could go and fall in love and eventually build up a media portfolio where like you have enough information to like rabbit hole on something the same way you could have done that with like Rick.
How did that manifest into this physical space where you have all these amazing brands right now?
We essentially took bits and pieces we loved from like retail or physical experiences and tried to make it. I like to bring in designers that I think have a reason to exist. Sometimes I think like obsession is like the sexiest thing. Whereas like we have other brands in here that have like a very specific world that they're trying to build. Windsor Lou would come to mind. They're based here in Brooklyn. And like, if you go into their studio, it's like, it's life-changing. That world they're trying to bring is what I think matters about their work.
I feel like for a younger generation, it's like you're 15, you're looking up to Rick Owens. You're probably never gonna meet him unless you actively go to Paris Fashion Week. What I love about what you guys do is someone can come in and be like, oh, the designer's right here.
When I go to Tokyo, like I love going to Context because their owners are right there. And you're just like talking to them about how they feel about it. And it doesn't feel that it's just like a store that's just there to sell clothes and make money. It's just like people love it. And because they love it, you feel inspired too. And like, it's like a good professor in school. It's like that sort of love for what they carry or what they're doing. It's really infectious.
In some ways, like brands are like the new bands where you want to adopt them early and then support them. And if they blow up, you can be like, amazing how they've sort of grown.
The music analogy is kind of how I feel a lot of the times, where I'm sure you've had an artist that you really, really love. Like release like a new like experimental EP and you're kind of listening to it for the first time and you're like, huh, like what's going on? But because you love the person, you give it the patience and you like spend time listening to it. I really want the people that we work with to just do what they want to do. And because we like them, we choose to work with them. And that I think feels the most like satisfying for us as like a store.
How important is that for a younger customer where it's about building the sense of community and real sense of connection between people, product, and the artisans behind these labels?
I think one thing that I really struggled with when we first started getting into clothes was we'd walk into stores and just feel alienated because we definitely didn't have any money to spend, and the associates would kind of make us feel that way. So we like have like a 15-year-old litmus test, which is like, how would we feel if like your 15-year-old self like walked into the store? How would they feel about this thing that we're doing? I think it's so important, like just to have a place to hang out. We say that we're pro-loitering here. Just come here, hang out all day if you want. The people is what makes the whole physical experience. That's what I want our physical experience to be.
Okay, Martin, now time for the fun part. What am I buying today?
It's perfect that you're wearing a suit. We can put you in a different one.
I want the world to know.
So we have this tailored jacket from Bibliotech, a pair of pleated shorts from Vujade, and then I'm going to grab this gray t-shirt from Black Merle.
Oh, nice.
The underlayer. This will be nice. And for shoes, we're gonna do the section mule from a Chinese shoe brand called Doys. Yeah, it's wood.
It's like a little detail. It's got a double layered pocket where you have your jacket pocket and then you have this. All right. This is like the anti-performative male LES outfit. I'm with this. This is like very old school forum head. You can throw a rock in either direction outside the shop and hit a place that serves coffee, but what is your go-to place?
If I was treating myself, I'd go to Terra and get one of like they have like a bunch of pour overs there. They have like notes of like when they say the fruity notes and stuff, and then you're like actually spending time like thinking about what you're drinking, like that's when it's nice. For lunch, I usually grab either Taiwan Bear House, the Chinese sausage over rice, or Regina's. Regina's Grocery, they're like an Italian sandwich spot. I get I think it's Uncle Jimmy's, like literally like the top left one on the menu.
What about any local dive bars or cocktail places around here?
I feel like this is like the worst part of the video because I also don't really drink. So I actually, like when you mentioned that you were asking for Rex, like I would have said Waypoint.
Waypoint Cafe down the street? Did they
Supreme? No, they just closed. I would do the Supreme line on Thursday. On Friday during the day, we'd shop around New York, and then at night, I'd go to Waypoint and play Overwatch all day, like all night. Like that was like, I loved that place.
Yeah.
And they just closed. They used to do like watch parties there for like New York's Overwatch team used to be really good. And they did watch parties there, and it's like always fun to like watch the team win.
Yeah. There's also a lot of really great restaurants here, but what's your usual spot?
It's Cafe Himalaya. I think that place is like the greatest in the world. I really like restaurants that I can go and not feel like I have to be anything, where I can just like hide away and enjoy a meal that just makes me really happy. So Tofu and Cafe Himalaya are two consistent places that I go to and just makes me happy. I love them.
What are your favorite orders there?
Cafe Himalaya, it's the shamo mo at Tofu. I just get some galbi dish.
Nice.
Just like warms the soul.
What's like some place that's maybe under the radar or hidden gem around here that people might not know? RIP Cafe Waypoint.
Truthfully, I think for locals, I think something that's underrated is going to MoMA. And I think that's like I don't think people in New York go unless like there's like a specific exhibition. But I think the MoMA is actually like so great.
Is there some place closer though?
If I was staying close, I'd go to Bungee Space. They're a bookstore on, I think it's Stanton Street. They have like books, clothes. Their books are like a mix between like random literature, photography. It's the only place in New York where you can find little Tokyo table tennis stuff also. Oh, wow. Randomly before like the huge like blow up, they also had Paloma wool there.
Oh wow.
Like a very small selection of it. Cool people, yeah. Okay, full honesty, what I like about the Uncle Jimmy's is that my partner likes the Uncle Jimmy's. And if she's happy with lunch, I'm happy with lunch.
I get it.
Feeding myself, that's good enough for me.